Well, what's going on, everybody? And welcome back to yet another episode of Stories of the Studio. I'm your host, Danny Giraffa, and today I have the honor of being joined by a band that is 100% guaranteed to melt your face off in all the best ways possible. No, for real though, guys. I had the chance to see these guys live last Friday at Crown Point's Battle of the Bands, and let me tell you, they did not disappoint. So, without further ado, I present to you Departure.
All right,
dude. Absolutely. I'm so excited for you guys to tell us your story and to learn more about you guys. But beforehand, I need you guys to do me a favor. I need you to sit back, relax, and get ready to dive on in as we get ready to unfold yet another story of the studio. Departure, my fairly departed friends. How are you guys doing today, dude?
Doing great. Yeah, pretty good.
Feeling great.
I'm actually so excited. I know I keep saying it like every 5 seconds, but I'm so glad that you guys can make it here tonight. And dude, I appreciate you guys coming out tonight.
Of course, thanks for the opportunity.
We appreciate you, man.
Anytime. All right, guys, but to get this thing started, why don't you just go ahead and give us your names and then say what your role in the band is, what you play.
My name is Robert Woogie, and I play guitar and attempted backing vocals.
My name is Miguel Contreras. I play the drums. I also attempt backing vocals.
My name is Evan Curtis, and I play the bass. I don't sing.
My name is Ben Havoc, and I do guitar and vocals, main vocals.
Yeah. Beautiful, guys, beautiful. Now, did you guys know each other like in high school and stuff, or how'd you end up meeting each other?
Yeah, we knew each other in high school.
Yeah, Miguel and I grew up together, so
dude.
Yeah, we found Ben over there. And
I spawned in.
The straggler. But no, guys, that's actually so sweet. Like, I feel like it helps you a little bit too when you know somebody, because you're kind of more comfortable and stuff with them too. I did the same thing when I was in middle school and high school, dude. I did a little like garage band and stuff, and dude, some of the best but worst times. But man. Yeah. Absolutely. But you guys, I wanted to ask you a little bit about your name, Departure. How did you guys end up coming up with that?
Okay, so we were on... Dude, were you there, Rob? No, it wasn't you.
Yeah, I remember you texting me.
Yeah, I texted you about it. So I was on a trip to Noblesville and to see Megadeth, who else? Lamb of God, Trivium, and Hatebreed. And... on the way there, we were like, man, we don't like the name that we have. It's kind of goofy. For reference, it was Fatal Strike. And so I was just looking, and I was like, I looked at Trivium's Ascendancy, and the last track was Departure, and I was like, dude, that's a sick name. So we just kind of straight up took it from there.
Just rolled with it.
Yeah, that's pretty much how
that was before I was in the band.
That is another good point. There is a whole timeline of how things got to be, but I'm sure we'll get into that at some point.
Absolutely, man. Well, hey, I'm so glad that it ended up being the way that it did, guys. I know, I'm so sorry,
yeah,
Ben. Dude, I saw you hunched over. Yeah, so basically. But you guys, that's absolutely incredible. Now, have you guys been in the metal for a long time? Has that always just kind of been your jam?
Yeah, pretty much. Speaking for most of us, our dads really.
Yeah.
I went to my first concert when I was 2 years old, and I don't remember it, but I was there, so.
Yeah. For me, I grew up mainly not strictly on metal. My dad's not really a big metalhead guy, but he is a huge punk guy. So I grew up on hardcore punk, like Black Flag and The Minor Threat. But it wasn't until middle school when I started listening to other things like Slipknot. Slipknot was a huge band for me when I was in middle school, and it wasn't until I got into high school that I got into other bands, good bands that these guys put me on.
It took them forever to listen to good music.
It did. It took me a long time.
Yeah, I started. I've been listening to metal ever since I was really little. One of my biggest inspirations is definitely Steve Harris, Iron Maiden. But my first concert was Fleetwood Mac, technically, when I was probably 3 or 4. But my first concert that I really remember was Iron Maiden when I was in middle school. But I listened to everything, so.
Yeah, dude, same thing with me. Growing up, my dad was always in the hair metal stuff. So the White Lion, Motley Crue, Def Leppard, and my first concert was Def Leppard, and I was 10. And and from there, I just discovered heavier stuff and started collecting CDs, and that's where it really took off. I found Megadeth, and it was game over. And after that, nothing was heavier until stuff did get heavier.
Dude, no, absolutely. You guys a fan of Metallica rock band? Oh yeah, it was a Guitar Hero, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, I always remember. I used to play it on the controller, actually, dude. Like the
This is
legit,
so
like
hard, bro.
dude. But bro,
Yeah, I remember sitting in my room on the 360 playing Metallica
yeah.
Guitar Hero, bro.
dude.
Or Rock Band, whatever.
I had Guitar Hero too, bro.
For me,
It's the
I know,
greatest game.
I know for one, I did have Rock Band, but it wasn't any metal band. It was the Beatles Rock Band. That's the one I had. That's the one I had.
Some
My
bangers.
personal
I had the Guitar Hero World Tour
Yeah.
and the
Oh,
Guitar Hero
yeah.
3
Yep.
and then the Rock Band. I had the Lego Rock Band,
Guitar
dude.
Hero 5.
That one was fire.
Dude,
That's
Lego
eyes or
Rock
something.
Band went so hard.
Dude, I had Lego Rock Band on the DS, bro.
Dude, yes. Dude, I had the
Yes.
Tiger on there.
Oh,
I would
yeah.
just play that
Dude.
over and over again. And then obviously like the AC/DC Guitar Hero and all
Dude.
those, the Van Halen ones. We had all those.
That's what I'm saying. Do you guys feel like playing Guitar Hero is almost harder than performing on an actual guitar?
Dude,
It
yes.
can be, yeah.
Dude,
if you got the
yes.
difficulty up
It's
high.
Dude,
Haven't played it before, yeah.
I cannot play Guitar Hero.
Yeah.
I suck at it. After actually playing guitar.
If I get in the groove, I'm pretty good.
Okay,
My-
well, you're a bassist, so.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
My brother would always hog whenever we had Rock Band 2 as well, way back in the day, but my brother would always hog the guitar, so I would never be able to play it. So I couldn't even tell you if I was good at it when I was a kid, but I did used to play, ironically, the drums, because we had the band version of Rock Band 2. So I would always be on the drums, my brother would be on guitar, always. I was like, bro. And then he turned to bass, so there you go. I don't know how that happened.
I had the bass controller for Rock Band too, so I used that when I was little too, so I guess it was destined.
incredible, dude. Which actually, I'm glad that you guys kind of bring that up too. How did you come to play like your specific instruments? Like, were you always just kind of drawn to that, or was it something that like you kind of tested a few things out and that's what
like,
you?
My dad, he bought. My dad. My dad, he bought a guitar, and he tried to learn guitar like 12 years ago, and he just never. He just gave up. So like, I was like, damn. In middle school, I was like, I want to play this thing because I would always watch Metallica in Seattle '89. I was like, damn, I got to do this. So I got my parents to let me take lessons, and I just started playing guitar from there.
Yeah. Because I remember Rob would always talk to me about Metallica '89 in Seattle when I was in middle school, and I was like, I don't know what you're talking about, dude. I have no idea. But I got into it mainly from as a baby. I was like 4 when I started. It's a funny story because my brother would play drums with my dad. My dad would play guitar, and they would do like little concerts in like the basement, and it would just be me and my mom there, and they would just have fun, play. But my brother had the problem where he couldn't play drums and sing at the same time, and then he was like, all right, well, my dad was like, why don't you just go ahead and sing, and we'll just play to the guitar. And then since I was a little baby, like watching him for like 2 years probably, because my dad would tell me I would watch him from like 2 years old to 4. And then one day that happened, and then I got on the kit, and from watching my brother play, I just started doing what he did, and that's where I started. I just copied his movements, and that's how I started playing.
Dude.
For me, I started playing guitar when I was in like 2nd grade, I want to say. I took lessons from like 2nd grade to probably 7th grade just for guitar, but I had a bass. My dad was a bass player when he was younger. I had a cheap Squire bass at home, and I was in jazz band playing guitar, and jazz teacher, like instructor, he said that I have $50 for anyone who will play bass next year in jazz band. And I was like, okay. And so I played bass next year in jazz band. I didn't get $50, but yeah. So I learned how to do it and learned how to read sheet music instead of tab, and I had to get jazzy with it, I guess.
That's it.
I started when I was 10. I just remember seeing like Def Leppard music videos. So my dad was a huge fan. It was like his favorite band, and from there, it was just I saw the video for Photograph, and I was like, I want to do that. And so we went to this like music store in like Illinois, and I got my first guitar. And from there on, it was just history. And I
New
just
guitar every month from this
Yeah, oh, no.
That's him. That's him.
Dude, that's actually so sick though, guys. But man, no, I kind of had a similar thing, man. I never really was like musical like that, I ended up I was hanging out with one of my buddies, Chandler, and his whole family is like super musical and stuff. So he ended up playing bass, and he was like, "Hey, hop on the drum kit, dude." So I did, and I was like, "Dude, this is actually kind of sick." We were playing a Seven Nation Army, dude. A classic,
Oh,
a
yeah.
classic. Oh, dude.
I played that for years with my dad. I mean, all the time, every day, years. Like every time we would practice together, I would just play that song, and it drove me crazy. I mean, it was like that song over and over again. I can't listen to that song anymore.
I'm saying,
God.
dude, incredible. I think dude's greatest from small beginnings, greatness from small beginnings, dude. Kind of reeling it back into like what you guys play. Would you say that it's like metal is kind of like your genre?
Yeah.
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, metal and all the subgenres in metal.
Perfect.
Yeah, we
Mix
play
up
around
everything. Yeah.
we play around with it for sure.
Dude, incredible. So when it comes to metal, what do you think kind of makes it stand out, like from other genres of music? Like, what makes it so special? Do you think?
I think it's just for like, I keep forgetting my bad.
No, you're all good.
I think it's just most like it's what we easily connect with, and it's a large part of the instrument we play. We're mostly inspired by metal musicians, so like it just kind of comes with it, you know.
Yeah.
And that feeling of just like playing it live and like just being there live and like seeing somebody play that, and just like it's just a great time, so
It's also the musicianship. Like every band that we listen to and like, the musicianship is just insane. Like everyone's able to play
Yeah.
off each other really well, and we've always wanted to do that. So I mean, when we write stuff, it's very much like, hey, let's do it kind of like in parts, and it's the musicianship is just there. It's just a ton of skill surrounded by each of these guys. I mean, Evan's a phenomenal bassist. Miguel's an insane drummer. When he first joined, you got so fucking good.
It was a huge leg up compared to when I first joined, because when I first joined, I was mainly like a punk drummer, I guess. I couldn't do a D beat though. Still couldn't do it. I didn't learn how to do a skank beat or anything up until I joined the band. But like I was like unfamiliar with metal drumming when I joined like 2 years ago. So I mean, it was like just I needed to practice so much just to get to where I am now. And I was like, man, I gotta do this, otherwise I'm gonna get kicked out, dude.
And then Rob's a great guitarist, and he holds it down most of the time and adds a lot
Most
of
of the
spice and
time.
flavor.
Most of the time.
all the time.
Well, no, most of the time, because I do most of the rhythm, because I'm singing and playing, so he does a lot of the lead stuff. But we trade off a fair amount.
That's what I'm
Well, he's better than me, so like,
Nah. It's all right. It's all right. But no, guys, I think so. That was definitely something that I could see when we were, when I went to see you guys on Friday with the old lady, man. Is that it's you guys are so cohesive with each other, and it kind of radiates, So like you said, it's like each of you is a different part of it, where it's like you come together and you make this whole unit, dude. So, dude, keep it up, man. Keep it up.
Yeah, for sure.
But man, kind of going more into like when you guys come to make songs, what can you like give me what your process is? Like, do you kind of hear the music before you think of like the lyrics and stuff, or?
Well, I mean, yeah, it's kind of like, we'll just hear like a riff in our head or like a melody. And then like today, Ben was like, he called me. He's like, bro, come over. I was like, and then we're just writing songs. Like it just happens. Like me and Ben usually like make the formation of a song and like lay down all the riffs, and then we bring it to them, Evan and Miguel, during band practice, and then we'll just like jam it. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, then it's whatever. Just scrap it,
Yeah.
It's like every practice now, like I walk in and Ben's sitting there with his guitar and he's like, "Oh, dude, listen to this riff, man. It's so hot, man."
That's true. That is very true.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, me and Rob just kind of like you said, we laid a foundation down and we bring it to these guys, and then Evan does his thing, and Miguel, we work with parts and try to figure out what sounds good and get creative with it.
Yeah.
Absolutely, man. Now, Ben, since you're the lead singer and stuff, is it mainly you that kind of comes up with the lyrics and stuff?
For the most part, and then I share it to Rob, and we do a little bit of revising. And when we do like gang vocal stuff, it's kind of like we're trying to figure that out. For the most part, it's just like, all right, what are we gonna say here? What are we gonna say here? you know. But
My favorite's when Ben will send me lyrics. I'm like, damn, these are pretty good. And there'll be one dumb ass line in the song. It just makes no sense.
Yeah.
Every song he sends me, dude.
there's always one silly little line in there.
I need a little tweaking.
Like the one in Static. What I don't forget how it goes, Ben. The very first one. What was it? Alley Meat.
Yeah. Another piece of wet concrete, another slab of alley.
That was like our first cohesive song as a band. So I definitely that was like 3 years.
Dude, I
ago.
was
That was before
16,
I was
bro.
there. Yeah, that was before I was.
Times
in the
have
band.
changed.
So I was like, oh, that's it's funny. I wanted to keep it there because that's when I wanted to keep it because it's funny, and it's just from when we first started. So I was like, let's just keep it. Who cares? It's fun. It's fun.
It shows growth.
Right.
Yeah.
Nah, dude, but that still kind of goes hard though. Dude, so when you guys are writing lyrics, like what is important to you lyrically? Like, do you kind of think of like stuff that's going on in your life and stuff, or is it just kind of like what you're feeling in that moment?
It kind of depends. Like sometimes we just write like a song where it's just so epic, and we're just like, yeah, let's talk about gods killing each other or something like that, or like the world is just completely annihilated. And then there's moments like 167, for example, that was like a personal thing, that happened in my life. So it very much like flips, and also the style of the music too. Like if it's more of like a melodic song, it's obviously not going to be about earth policy. It's going to be it's going to be more about personal stuff. Or if it's just a song where we're just like absolutely just mutilating our instruments, then it's going to be about angels slitting throats of humans.
There might not even be words. It's just screaming and
just
growling.
screaming, growling, gutturals, everything, all the stops.
Yeah, because that also depends if Ben remembers the lyrics.
Yeah.
Especially in
I forget them
rehearsal.
half
Mainly
the
in rehearsal. Mainly in rehearsal. Not really on stage, but in rehearsal, like we'll I can barely hear Ben in the first place in the basement.
Put
but
your ear in the monitor.
Yeah, and then like every now and again I hear something and it's just like jumbled gutturals, and I'm like, and I'm trying to think, what part is that? What part is that?
Yeah, and half the time me like practice, it's just trying to come up with like a good flow for it, because a lot of times you can't just
Throw words on
you can't just throw words on there. You got to be like, all right, this is kind of how it's like moving and how it's feeling, and you got to feel it out. You can't just be like, rah, 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 it's got to be somewhat coherent and cohesive. And I always try my best to make sure you can understand what I'm saying, though.
Right.
Like I try to make sure if I forget the words, like when we're playing live, then I'll go like really low guttural where you can't understand jack shit. But if for the most part, I try to make my screams and my growls as like clear as possible.
Yeah.
Oh, I dig it, man. I dig it, guys. Which, speaking of which, you do some killer like backup vocals too. I remember on Friday, dude, I was like, oh my god, dude. I was like, oh my god, I don't even want to embarrass myself.
It does take practice.
I was standing on stage and like we're playing and I'm looking at Rob and he's singing and it sounded pretty good. I could hear it.
Dude, it was
like,
heavy, dude. Hearing that bag, it was heavy.
Yeah.
That was like the first time I ever heard like my vocals and Ben's at the same time. So when we practice, they're coming out of like PAs in front of us, so you can't hear anything. But I heard them like all at the same time. I was like, damn.
Very good.
I
yeah.
did that. I did.
I was also doing backups during that section. I'm pretty sure that was Ember Sky we're referring to. I was singing as well, but my mic was a little far away, and I don't think it was picking me up, or it might not even been on. I don't know. But that's not the sound guy's fault. A lot of stuff was going on at the beginning. Trying to get set up. So I was like, yeah, he'll probably forget, but that's just how it goes with sound.
We were the first band too.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. We were the first band.
We had to set the bar.
Yeah.
That's what we want. That's what we came for. I mean, that's what we just wanted to have fun.
Man, you guys set that bar really high too. You guys did so good, dude. But man, kind of leading into that too. When was the first time that you guys performed in front of like a live crowd?
Dude, Rob, do you want to take that, or do you want?
Yeah, I mean, like 3 years ago, it was me, Ben, and we didn't have a bassist, and it was this other drummer. His name was Tannis, and it was at his like sister's graduation party, and we were in their garage playing for like 10 people and like a bunch of little kids, and there's like videos of like a bunch of kids like running around in front of us when we were playing. And it was just like There was like one early original, and then there's like Megadeth cover. I'm pretty sure we played like Judas Priest, Painkiller. But it was just
Slayer.
so random. I was looking at the
Yeah.
video today too, and like the only video of it is in like 1p, like bro, pixels. Like it's so funny.
Oh man.
Yeah.
And then there was also another first concert technically, because this was before I joined, and then after that we played at my house.
This was my first concert with it.
No,
No.
it was before. It was the
Oh,
Halloween.
before.
It was the
Oh,
Halloween
yeah.
show. We had a Halloween show, and technically that was like the third, because we played in Ben's basement for like 6 people before the show, like a day before or something like that. That was really fun.
The pre-show.
But, yeah, it was like a pre-show. But then we also played the main show at my house. And yeah, that was the first one that I played live in front of an audience, and it was just super fun. I was, it was really fun.
My first show with them was at Miguel's house as well. I'm
Part
pretty
2.
sure.
Part
What
2.
was it? At your house? No, it was after.
No, it
No,
was
no, it was-
Miguel's
it was-
house.
Yeah. For your grad party, right?
Yeah,
and
that's what it was.
yeah, we played a pretty good set. We played
We got our
Two-
set got cut short.
yeah, our set did get short.
Yeah, we
The
did get the
cops.
cops
Yeah,
called
cops
on
did
us.
pull up
we
on
got
us,
we got
yeah.
our set cut short.
Yeah.
That is true.
Nonetheless, we had a okay turnout, and we're grateful for everybody.
Dude, it was fun. It was
No,
just
that was
fun.
huge. That was a fun show for us. That also opened the doorway for other Northwest Indiana bands like Thorn and
Yes.
Cheat to Win. That was really fun. That was.
We played many shows with them since then.
Yeah,
Couple,
we did
yeah.
a couple.
That's awesome, man. I don't actually. Thorn is tomorrow. I'm gonna be doing a,
Oh,
a
okay.
podcast with them, man.
Nice.
So keep it in the family.
Yeah.
Dude, live at the Hog Roast.
Oh,
I tried to do a little bit of research and stuff. I've been saying
dude,
that
we
to
can
the-
talk about that.
Dude,
Yeah.
talk
Come
about
on.
it.
That
Please,
was a whole
please.
That was
experience,
that was an interesting experience. One, the place was in the middle of fucking nowhere. Two, it was hot.
Oh,
Dude,
yeah.
it was. We were smoldering,
man.
dude. We
Yeah.
were melting up there.
Yeah.
It was cool though. Like being able to play on like that, trailer and everything.
Yeah,
it
it was
was
a cool
really, it was really
setup,
sick. But dude, it was hot. It was a long day. We had to sit. I hate saying it, but like sitting through other bands and everything. But we had to. We couldn't like pack our stuff up, and be ready, which is what we would have liked to do. But we had to run
Yeah.
the sound for them, which was fine. We tried our best to make them sound good and everything.
Did have
But
some
it was
difficulties.
just a long, hot day.
Yeah, it was such a process.
And we were supposed to go on at like 4, but there was like nobody there. And then they were like, all right, you guys can go on at 5. And we had like an hour-long set. And one thing you should know about, we hate playing hour-long sets. It's so exhausting and it's so tiring. And my voice is just done by like the 7th song. So we're very much like, we never want to play an hour-long set for a while.
Maybe 45 minutes.
45 minutes,
yeah.
30 minutes. We'll keep it to 15 to 30. We'll be happy.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a fun experience though. There's a lot going on all at once. Like, dude, it was crazy. Like, there's people dressed up as like pimps, and they had like
Dumb and Dumber
fireworks.
suits, too.
Yeah, they had fireworks. They're just shooting them off of like the duck head on
The trailer.
the trailer, and there was like they had this like really like.
Brought the motorcycle
like,
out in
yeah,
front of them.
they brought like
Started revving it.
motorcycles.
That
There
was
was
so
like this
scary.
tractor with like a spinning seat on it that would go.
I'm so sorry.
The podcast is done.
That'll be on the B reel.
There was like this tractor with like spinning seat on it that would just go around, and they had like axe throwing there, and
It was crazy. Yeah.
dude, it was a whole ass experience. It was fun. It was fun, but like at the end of the day, we were really tired, and we had to lug all this stuff back. We rented a U-Haul for it.
Yeah.
I rented the U-Haul.
I
You
paid it off.
No, I gave you like a lot of the money. I had the money
I know.
for it.
Yeah,
Whatever,
Miguel rented a U-Haul for it, and we loaded everything there. We had to do bring all the PAs and everything, dude.
Yeah.
And it was a lot. It was a lot of gear.
I
It was
used
a lot of gear.
I used all my energy like before we even played the set. Like I'm standing on stage, I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna do this, Rob. And he's like, you just need to give an hour of energy, man. Full energy for an hour, and you're good. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, I remember. I just kept looking at Evan, and we were both just so sweaty.
Oh yeah,
and
we were
tired.
dripping sweat, man.
I was like, it was like the start of the summer kind of, and I was still pretty pale, but like I became tan, like so tan for that one day of just being outside.
Yeah, we played when the sun was like right at its peak, like right on our
On top
backs,
of it,
and it was rough, but it was really fun nonetheless, and we we do it again with them.
Oh yeah,
you know,
we
it's
definitely
just-
do that again.
We wouldn't. I don't think we'd do the sound again. That was
Yeah.
that was a little bit much.
Nerve wracking.
But hey, nothing but nice things to say about the Hangnail guys though. They're great
Yep.
people. You know,
Yeah.
so
Yep.
shout out to them for having
Couldn't
us
have
come
done
down
without
there. Yeah,
That's what I'm
that's cool.
saying, man. You know, and I kind of want to jump on that too. I think it's kind of sick, man, because you know I feel like sometimes people get so competitive when it comes to like bands, like you know you got to be the best band out there and stuff. But it seems like there's a lot of like cohesion and stuff, and like people are like actively supportive of each other around here, dude. So it's kind of sick, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
it's,
no, it's cool.
Important, yeah.
cool, yeah,
It is important to support a lot of other bands in the scene, but
Play
with
shows
us-
together.
Yeah, play shows, just to get the name out there. But with us, it's kind of tricky because you got Floodplain and Thorn and what's another bit like Hangnail, I guess I would say. They're all doing like the same type of sound, and we're the only band that does like the 7-string,
heavy,
the screaming,
yeah.
and all that stuff. So we don't really like fit in. We're kind of
Yeah.
like out here. And so we're trying to find other bands that are like the same sound as us, so we can, get in with
Team
that
up.
crowd a little bit
Yeah,
more.
team up, dude. Team up.
Because Thorn's doing their thing with a bunch of other bands, and we're not upset that they're not putting us on a thing, but it's just they have all these shows lined up, and I'm looking at like the lineup, and it's like, okay, that makes sense. We wouldn't fit on there with like other ones like
It's-
Silent Land
yeah, a
and
little
too
whatnot.
fast.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough to make your sound fit with a crowd, because if a crowd is going to see a certain type of like genre, certain types of bands, it's really hard to fit in there because they're expecting this, and then we show up, and here we are, just super fast screaming. Don't forget the hooks in
Oh yeah,
the
yeah,
melodic hooks.
we do clean singing
Don't
too.
forget the
Don't
clean
worry.
choruses.
That is there, but I mean, like, it's just not what people are expecting. So it's really hard to get that kind of crowd going. I mean, people feel the energy, obviously, but it's really hard, especially around here, because there's not that much of a scene. But I mean, we still take what we can get, especially like at Battle of the Bands. It's just that kind of place is fun to play at, because it's like it's a bunch of genres mixed together, and everybody's expecting bands to play their stuff. Everyone's expecting bands to like do their own thing. So it's kind of like an even play field. Everyone's expecting originals and stuff like that. So
Who doesn't love a crazy breakdown?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
us, dude.
Especially like playing with bands that are like more rock and more mellow. Like so many times we played like a show and Ben is like, I want this pit going, and one person is there running around.
And nobody wants to listen to it. They just, it's hard,
Gotta
but
get moving.
it's a trek. But we're getting there. We're getting there, slow and steady.
That's what I'm saying. It's gonna happen too.
Takes time.
Trust me. It does, man. And it kind of falls back into like what we were talking about earlier, where it's like, we were playing with a bunch of like heavy metal music and like musicians and stuff, and then I would go on with my band, and we had the most like. It sounded so metal. It was far from broken, and I was like, "Oh, dude, like people are gonna hear us and they're gonna be like, dude, what are these guys doing?" We get up there and play like Sublime and stuff, and I was like, "Yeah,
Yeah, it sounds like a 2000s pop punk band name. Like from first to last or
yeah,
something like that.
Story so far.
Day to remember, story so far.
perfect, dude." But no, guys, like I definitely feel you where it's like it can be challenging sometimes, but hey, you guys are gonna get there though, man. You're gonna find that quick. Anytime. So that kind of leads me into the next thing too. What would you guys say is like your biggest goal and your biggest ambition for your band and for the music that you guys are getting out there?
Well, I have a personal goal. I don't know if it aligns with everyone else's, but I just want to play one metal festival.
Yeah.
Like that to me is like kind of like, okay, we
I
got
can agree with that,
recognized
yeah.
by like big names and big promoters, and we kind of made it at that point, like playing like Wacken or Bloodstock or Download Festival, anything like that.
Play with a band that we idolize.
Yes,
Yeah.
like opening for like Trivium or like Megadeth or something like that would be also super sick. So, or there's like stuff like that. That's like our goal. Like if we become a headliner at some point, that'd be awesome. If we don't, and we're just still opening for like these sick bands that we love, still sick. I'm not gonna complain. Like the goal is to just get out there and play, and ultimate goal, play in front of 10,000 people at Bloodstock.
Yeah, it's like we're not trying to be like the next like Metallica or something. We're just trying to like it's just really cool to just play these venues and these small club shows and then work your way up, you know. That's what I think we're trying to do. Just get to those smaller venues first and then slowly work our way up to bigger shows with bigger bands, you know. It's just really cool shit. Just somebody come up to you after you play and like, damn, that was awesome. Like you coming up to us, like, that was awesome. Like it means a lot. It's awesome.
No matter what, it's always a really fun time.
Oh,
no matter where we're playing or anything, like we always enjoy it. So
For sure.
That's sick, man. All right, you guys. So we're rounding down to our last few questions, man. Before we get into the last one, do you have any other like fun or crazy, exciting memories of like stuff that you've done so far?
Okay.
There is a few, yeah.
So you want to go first, Rob?
I gotta think real quick.
But you got some on your mind.
Yeah.
Well, for our Halloween show, we all dressed up. I was like a flying squirrel onesie. Rob was like a minion, and then Miguel was a banana. And just the way we set up like the stage was actually super cool. We had like a bunch of inflatable like graves, like tombstones, and we had like a big evil dragon. And it was just funny because I remember looking behind the kit and I would see Miguel in the banana suit and the head is just going and it's just like flopping around. Yeah, that was funny. That one I always remember that. And then it's just like all the like in between stuff, like at the recording studio, like when we would like because we work with Region Buzz and they're super cool guys, but just like chilling in there is like always a fun time, like laying down some tracks and just hanging out. I mean, they ordered pizza for us once, and that was really sick. There are a bunch of cool guys there, but you know, just little things like that. It's always great. Or like when we come up with a new song, that's always so much fun and exciting. It's like
playing
dude,
it good for the first time.
yes,
you know.
dude, getting
we'll
that
have,
down, that's like
we'll have,
awesome.
like a new song, and then when it's done, we like played it for like flawlessly the first time when we do it, and we're like, damn, that shit fucks.
And Rob's favorite thing to do when we play live is step on his cable. Always
That's why we
coming
got wireless,
unplugged.
bro. That's why we got wireless.
You still did it. No, you dropped the pick. That's what it was.
You threw a stick.
Yeah, Miguel throws sticks all the time.
Yeah.
He just gets mad.
Yeah, always at me in my
Yeah.
direction.
Always at Evan.
Dude, I'm so sorry, Miguel. It happened at Battle of the Bands.
The
Dude, but-
recovery was so clean.
Dude,
though.
it was
was,
clean. It
dude.
was like right on beat too. It's perfect time to lose a stick.
Shout out
Yeah,
Miguel.
Seriously.
because I mean, when that happened, I freaked out for like 2 seconds. It was like because I was listening to the track and I was listening to where we were, and I was like, oh my god, I need to find a stick before we go into the verse. And then I looked to the floor and there's this like fat beat up stick, and I'm like, all right, that's gonna have to do. I grabbed it and I came in right on beat with the cymbals, and I was like, oh my god, thank God. I was like, oh my god, because I lost my stick bag there. And I was like, where's my stick bag? And I just found my sticks on the floor. And I was like, all right, whatever, dude. And I put my sticks like in front of the kit before we started playing, or like 2 of them, like a pair. And I was like, oh my God, they're still in the front of the kit as we were playing. Like we were playing the first part of Sage. And I was like, oh my God, I don't have my other pair of sticks. I can't drop a stick. And then I forget about it. And then I was getting into Ember Skies. I was so into it. I was like, oh my God, this is killer, dude. This is so fun. And then I like lift my arm up or something and just whoosh, there it goes. I was like, oh my God, dude. That's another crazy moment that happened. I was like, oh God, I was so embarrassed. But then it went away and I was like, oh, this is killer.
Dude, the best is when we mess up and nobody notices.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, dude.
like we do that all the time.
he gets pretty hard on himself when if he messes up or starts
Yeah,
saying
and
something.
then I look back at it, I'm like, oh, no one's
Yeah,
gonna
nobody
notice.
knows.
But
Yeah.
like at the hog roast, dude, it was hot, dude.
Yeah.
The guitar, okay, so at the hog roast, the guitars, they were so dry. The fretboards were so, it was so hard to
just
play.
like hardwood.
Because they were like just sitting out there baking in the sun. And so when we got to play, I'm like, oh, dude, no, man, I can't do anything. Like I'm like
Hours
moving
set.
because we play fast stuff, so our hands are all over the place. I'm like, dude, the bend is not coming out, or like the pinch harmonic is just not hitting. And I'm sure Rob could attest to that, dude. It was brutal.
I felt like I messed up like every single
Yeah.
note I played.
Yeah, it was bad. And then the guitar was out of tune for the first 2 songs.
No.
Like it
I
was
didn't
just,
notice that.
dude, that upset me so much because of the way the sun was like hitting. I could not see the tuner. Like it was just pitch black. I'm like, dude, I got so angry.
Yeah, my favorite's when like it's even just at practice when Ben's like singing, and then he'll like forget the words, and he'll either walk away and act like it doesn't happen, like, or he'll just like start like slurring around like some random words, like just a bunch of
Fire, death, hell, damnation. Classic stuff like that. But yeah, no, when I forget the words, I just walk away from the mic. Just like,
Straight face,
yeah,
just keep
yeah,
going.
it's meant to be instrumental right there, man.
Well, either way, guys, you guys always kill it, though. Dude. Clean recoveries, dude.
Thank you.
You always make it work, man. So leading down to our last question, man. Do you guys have any advice for anybody that's starting a band or that's like trying to get into the music scene?
Dude, just keep going at it. Like, just do it. If you think your songwriting's bad, it only gets better. There's no way it gets worse unless you hit your 40s, like every man out there. But like when we started off, our songs were not good. They were not good. And now we can confidently say like, okay, this song
We like our
is
own
good.
songs.
Yeah, we love
That's
our own
true.
songs. Said no band ever. But like, just keep going at it. Like if you're nervous about, playing live, don't be. It's fun. It's what you want to do.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you get excited on your first show. You may be a bit nervous. Like, oh, what are they going to think about me? Dude, 90% of the time, the people just aren't going to think anything. They're just going to be there and enjoy the music.
Oh, I like
They're
that song.
yeah, oh, dude, that had a sick breakdown. That's cool. They're not gonna give a shit. So like, just keep doing it. Just keep practicing and follow your dreams.
Everything's
honestly.
in your head.
As cliche and everything sounds, but that's just how it is. Like me and Rob, we never gave up. Miguel never gave up. He worked harder. Evan, I don't know. He's just always been there.
He just
Been
spawned
there.
I just do what I do
He
best.
just spawned in.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
when we work together, we make some great shit.
Yeah, and I can attest to the fact that I do. Going back to what they said, that I do enjoy our own music. I really do. I mean, it sounds kind of scummy, but like, there's times when I'll be driving and I'm like, I want to listen to this, and we have some like tracks in the Departure iMessage group chat. And one of them is Providence. It's Providence.
It's Pride and Joy.
It's the vocal tracks, and it has like Ben's vocals boosted, and you can hear everything else. And I do listen to that sometimes. I enjoy that song. I do like listening to it. But another thing that is extremely important that Ben said, that he said like once, practice.
Yes.
Oh my God, practice! It's actually unbelievable how much practice will make you a better band.
Yeah.
I mean, it just goes hand in hand. We weren't always like this confident in our like writing and our practice or our performance. It just happened over time because we would slave away like 3 times a week just
3 times
practicing.
a week. Yeah.
But it's fun,
You
it's
gotta
not
play
like
the
we're
songs.
forcing ourselves.
You gotta play the songs over and over again until you hate them. Like that's how until
You're
you're
so
like,
tired of
yeah,
them.
and you're just like, man, I don't want to hear this song anymore. That's what happened to all our 6-string songs. Like we have a ton of them on the 6-string, and we're just like, I don't want to touch that song. We're retiring 2 of them, or 3 of them actually. Yeah, 3 of them are getting thrown away. But another thing is just like, make music for yourself. Don't make it for anybody. Write what makes you happy, because then you're gonna write the best. Like if we really wanted to, we could write like some modern metalcore song and just completely try to be the next like Architects or Bad Omens or whatnot, and completely waste all of our talent that we have. Not saying that they're not talented bands, but like
Trying to be something we're not.
Yeah, just be yourself. Write what you enjoy, because then you'll be happy doing it.
That's the most important thing.
Yeah, I think another big thing is like, I guess it's cliche to say, but like, don't be embarrassed about what you play, because like at the Battle of the Bands, like I was like, damn, we're the only metal band here, and nobody's gonna like us. And then everybody said that we were awesome and stuff, and like said we did great. But like, yeah, like Ben said, like write for yourself. Like we can totally like write some random grunge song or something, try to sound like a band that we're not a fan of, but we won't like it probably might sound good, but then we wouldn't really enjoy playing it. So like, yeah, I think that's a big part of it.
Absolutely. I think it's a lot of great advice from you guys, man. So thank you so much for that, dude. Before we wrap this up, where can people listen to you?
Well, right now we have a finished song, 167. It's on SoundCloud right now and
CD.
YouTube, and we're right there. We're trying to work out to get on the like Spotify and iTunes and Apple Music and everything. But we have a website, departuremetal.com, and on there is link to every social media we have, which is they're all just departure.official.
Aside from Facebook is Departure Band.
Yeah, I don't know why. But yeah, that's the easiest way to find us.
Absolutely. Well, you guys, you absolutely kill it. I'm so excited, and I'm so grateful for you guys to come here, man. I'm excited to see you guys play more. And dude, speaking of which, when is the next show? When's the next show that you guys got going on?
We don't know.
No.
Let us know, everybody.
Let us
Dude,
know.
if you're a band looking for some other bands and you're watching this, dude, hit us up.
Yep.
We'll play.
We'd love to
We'll
play
play
for you.
anywhere.
Yeah.
Honestly, we don't care.
Absolutely.
Mostly free of charge too.
Yeah,
but, I mean,
yeah. If you
can
wanna
throw some
pay
tips
us.
in there. Yeah.
We made money once.
Yeah.
I know twice the merch.
Oh yeah,
that's
dude.
right.
We also sold out of merch, and we're gonna get more of that made.
Yeah, more
So-
merch,
there
more
you go.
CDs.
Made.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's incredible, guys. Well, you guys, this is an absolutely incredible podcast. I'm so glad to have, gotten to know you guys more and just to have fun with this, man. It was really sick, and I'm so excited to see you guys perform more.
Yeah, man, it was fun. Thanks for having
Thank
us.
you so
man.
much for having us, bro.
Anytime, guys. But until next time, everybody, this is Departure. I'm Danny, and I will catch you guys on the next Story of the Studio.